We begin with Iran, where the United States struck 3 sites in an effort to cripple that nation's nuclear program. President Trump last night told the nation that the attacks were successful and warned Iran against reprisal. Holly Williams reports.
Tonight I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success.
President Trump said the US hit 3 nuclear sites, Natanz, Esfahan and Fordow. Fordow's uranium enrichment facility is buried inside a mountain. The US military used B-2 bombers to deliver 30,000-pound bunker buster bombs, thought to be capable of penetrating 200 feet underground. Iran needs to make peace, said the president, or the US will strike other unspecified targets.
If peace does not come quickly, we will go after those other targets with precision, speed, and skill.
Israel launched its war against Iran, saying it faced an existential threat and claiming that Iran could be just months away from producing a nuclear bomb.
Iran's retaliated, and though most of its missiles have been stopped by Israel's air defense systems, at least 24 have been killed.
So you seen from the intro video that this is about the things that's going on right now, man, worldwide. I'm talking about the topic and the question that everybody is asking themselves. Are we seeing the beginning of World War III? Is World War III really upon us? And I'm going to tell you, man, I just feel to believe this is all Bible prophecy really fulfilling itself. We know that World War III is the last great war. It's the last war before the rise of the Antichrist. And Armageddon is the last war of the world, which Armageddon is a whole nother topic. But ask yourself that question. Is World War III truly upon us? Are we really at the brink of the beginning of World War III with this war with Iran and Israel, and now the United States putting their nose in the business, and then you got Russia and Ukraine going at it. You just had India and Pakistan. China is ready to attack Taiwan. It's so much going on. Well, let's see what's really been going on with this Iran and Israel thing and the United States on a world scale. Check it out.
In the middle of negotiations with Iran, President Trump making the decision today to attack 3 of Iran's nuclear sites. The president addressing the nation tonight on what he says were successful attacks.
A short time ago, the U.S. military carried out massive precision strikes on the 3 key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime.
The attack involved the U.S. military's B-2 bombers, which are the only aircraft capable of carrying the 30,000-pound bunker-busting bombs that were dropped on Iran tonight. President Trump making the decision to get involved in the conflict between Israel and Iran, as he says the objective is peace in the Middle East.
Congratulations, President Trump. Your bold decision to target Iran's nuclear facilities with the awesome and righteous might of the United States will change history. In Operation Rising Lion, Israel has done truly amazing things. But in tonight's action against Iran's nuclear facilities, America has been truly unsurpassed. It has done what no other country on earth could do. History will record that President Trump acted to deny the world's most dangerous regime the world's most dangerous weapons.
Yeah, man, I just think this is all the build up to the real war. that is happening. And I truly believe, this is just me in my heart of hearts, I truly believe that World War III have already begun. I truly believe that. I believe that, and I see that because the pieces and the puzzles have already been moving in motion in place with every country. This country here is beefing up the defense budget, and as a matter of fact, every country have been beefing up their defense budget. You even got Japan that's coming back on the scene, not just as a defense army, but also offense army. And you know, we know that them in China got some tensions, and China got some tension with just about everybody, man. But I truly believe that we are on the brink of World War III, and that this is just a soft buildup. Let's keep digging and see what all is happening.
The aftermath of strikes that could reshape the region. The US military says it's bombed 3 of Iran's key nuclear sites, Fordo, Natanz, and Esfahan. US President Donald Trump described it as necessary to prevent Iran's development of a nuclear weapon, despite the International Atomic Agency and his own intelligence chief saying there's no evidence to support that allegation.
It is an outrageous, grave, and unprecedented violation of the fundamental principles of the Charter of the United Nations and international law. The warmongering and lawless administration in Washington is solely and fully responsible for the dangerous consequences and far-reaching implications of its act of aggression.
President Trump claimed Iran's major nuclear facilities had been totally obliterated, a statement denied by the parliamentary member for Qom, where Fordo is based.
Tonight, the State Department has doubled the number of emergency evacuation flights for Americans who want to leave Israel. Again today, Israel and Iran traded strikes amid rising tensions. CBS's Deborah Pata is in Tel Aviv with more. Deborah.
Good evening. It's mission accomplished for Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who thanked President Trump today.
Your bold decision to target Iran's nuclear facilities with the awesome and righteous might of the United States will change history.
2 hours later, Iran retaliated with a barrage of at least 30 ballistic missiles. Not all of them were intercepted. In Haifa, there were no warning sirens before a missile slammed into this building, reducing it to rubble. And in central Tel Aviv, the blast devastated a huge residential neighborhood. The scene has been cordoned off after a direct hit from Iran's retaliatory strike, some of the worst damage in this area. All that remains of this building are the hollowed-out shells of the apartments people once lived in.
Yeah, Jesus is coming. Jesus is coming. I don't know, I just feel good, man. I know a lot of people scared when they see these things, man. Not me. I get excited because these things must come to pass in order for our Messiah and our Savior to come and take his people in the rapture and the judgment. And so all these things got to happen. The Antichrist, everything in Revelation, these things must take place. Amen. But now we see that there's a race for countries to get nuked. Now you got Russia saying that they want Iran to have nukes or to receive nukes, and they are even willing to arm Iran with nukes themselves. And we know if this happened, then Israel gonna want to have nukes if they don't secretly have them already. Taiwan gonna want to have nukes. Many of the EU countries gonna want to have nukes. And man, we might as well just blow up the world right now, because that's exactly what's gonna happen. Check this out.
Just moving ahead and talking about what's going to happen next. The foreign minister of Iran is going to Russia today. And ahead of that meeting, the former president of Russia, Dmitry Medvedev, says this: the enrichment of nuclear material, and now we can say it outright, the future production of nuclear weapons will continue. A number of countries are ready to directly supply Iran with their own nuclear warheads.
Well, tensions between the United States and Russia have dramatically escalated, and now a Russian official is talking about the possibility of World War III. And Doug Luzader has more now on this ominous war of words from Washington. Doug, this is just troubling. What is the reaction in Washington?
Well, the idea of getting Russia to the negotiating table just seems like it's not likely to happen at this point. This is something that the White House has been talking about. President Trump is clearly frustrated at Russian President Vladimir Putin, and now we've had this exchange on social media. It's not clear what the next steps here are going to be, but there's a lot of pressure coming from Congress for the administration to do more in terms of sanctions against Russia. There's a report in the Kyiv Post now that President Trump is considering lifting some of the range restrictions on weapons that we have sent to Ukraine. I mean, those come with certain restrictions on them as far as, firing deep into Russian territory. If the U.S. were to lift those restrictions, it would give Ukraine a lot more flexibility to go after Russian targets. So this is not something that Russia would want to see.
Yep. I believe this is the beginning of World War III. And don't be tricked and fooled into no peace. We just heard that Trump came and said that there's a ceasefire between Israel and Iran, and the war is over. And we know the Bible tells us that they're going to say peace and safety, or peace and security, and sudden destruction is going to happen and come up on them. And I truly believe that, man, this is just a minor setback for a major explosion, a major comeback with all of these countries. Because Iran ain't gonna just ceasefire and forget and forgive, and Israel ready to still go at it and destroy everything in Iran. And so I think this is just the ceasefire. We're gonna see how long this lasts. But Donald Trump done declared that this is the end of the war. So we're gonna see if this 12-day war was just all it was. I'm your brother Chris Christ, y'all. I thank you for coming back again and watching End Time Disciples News. This is ETD TV. Y'all be blessed.
You are watching We On Wild is One. This is indeed big breaking news. This announcement that I'm supposed to make to you right now has come from the United States President Donald Trump. He's made a major announcement. He says, as you can see on your screen, congratulations to everyone. It has been fully agreed by and between Israel and Iran that there will be a complete and total ceasefire, and in quotes, in approximately 6 hours from now, when Israel and Iran have wound down and completed their in-progress final missions for 12 hours, at which point the war will be considered ended. Once again, Donald Trump has announced or officially announced a ceasefire between Israel, the United States, and Iran. Officially, Iran will start the ceasefire, and upon the 12th hour, Israel will start the ceasefire, and upon the 24th hour, an official end to the 12th-day war will be saluted by the world. During each ceasefire, the other side will remain peaceful and respectful, on the assumption that everything works as it should, which it will. I would like to congratulate both countries, Israel and Iran, on having the stamina, the courage and intelligence to end what should be called the 12-day war. This is a war that could have gone on for years and destroyed the entire Middle East, but it didn't and never will. God bless Israel, God bless Iran, God bless the Middle East, God bless the United States of America, and God bless the world. Once again, this is big breaking news coming in from the United States, and as you can see on your screens, I'll just let that picture go on for some time now. This is a post by the President of the United States, Donald Trump. He's actually announced a ceasefire between the United States, Iran, and Israel. And as you can see on your screen, he's congratulating everyone, including Iran and Israel. Let's talk to our correspondent, Susan Teherani. We did not expect this, Susan, but it comes out as a shocker, but it's good news.